Good morning, City Life Church. We've got both pits here this morning. I've been thinking this week about what God wanted me to share, and I was really drawn to something that He was doing with me pre-lockdown. I really felt like God was talking to me before all of COVID happened about how He was kind of reigniting my spirit, and the word alive was really apparent in that He was just making me feel alive again, alive in God. And then obviously lockdown happened, and it kind of felt like that all stopped, and He's been really talking to me this week about how lockdown is not a pause. Lockdown is not a pause on our life. And He did that through a Disney song because we listen to the Tangled soundtrack a lot in our car because it's currently Jacob's favourite. And I just wanted to share a little chunk of the reprise 2 of When My Life Begins today, because it's just a song that we were listening to in the car, and it just really stuck with me because it felt like this is what it's like to feel alive again. And it just says, just smell the grass, the dirt, just like I dreamed they'd be. Just feel the summer breeze the way it's calling me. For the first time ever, I'm completely free. I could go running, racing, dancing and chasing and leaping and bounding, hair flying, heart pounding and splashing and reeling and finally feeling that's when my life begins. And I just really felt like God was saying to me, this is what it's like when we are living in the kingdom and when we are, with God with us full blown. And lockdown has been a pause for me, but actually I feel like that is coming off now. This is God taking that away and bringing that life back in. And some of the ways that I feel that He does that is just through joy and through the goodness of God. He does that. And a great way that I've been feeling like this is coming back is through hearing testimonies and just hearing about the good stuff that God is doing, because He is joyful and He is good. And so we've actually got some testimonies from Sam's work that we'd really like to share.
So I started a carpentry apprenticeship in September, and even before the lockdown, it seemed really clear that God was right in it and looking after me in it. And so we've just got a few testimonies that I'll read out from it. So at the beginning of the course at college, we got through our first unit that was really complicated and really interesting, and then our lecturer left. He just left really out of the blue. But out of that, I learned new ways of doing the things that we just started from the other lecturers who jumped in. So I got a wider perspective, and I developed my relationship with the college through the ins and outs of replacing the lecturer. And also we had all the complicated stuff done out the way, and it turns out that lecturer was one of the only ones that knew how to do the complicated stuff. So it's amazing that we started with the stuff that he was present to do. So that was really great. And then COVID hit, and my work didn't stop. College closed, but the work carried on, and I still was able to collect evidence, which is a huge part of the course. And it's amazing because it means that I'm very likely to be able to finish in time, which is really important for us financially. And it's just nice to know that God still wants this to happen. And it's exciting that something like COVID doesn't necessarily mean that God's pausing his work. So, and I got all my theory done just before lockdown. So college closed, but I got most of my theory done. Right. And then the other thing is the bosses are let me do the roofing project that we had to get my last piece of evidence and give me time off to finish last little bits of theory from home. So they trusted me to work on a complicated project to get the evidence I needed. And they trust me to give me paid time off to do my theory, which is amazing. That's amazing. I've only been there 7 months, so they don't know me that well yet. So that's God going before me and doing things when I'm not even doing them. And then finally, if any of this is challenging you and you think that I had something to do with it, I've got a final story just to prove that God is the one doing this stuff. And all we have to do is submit to Him and talk to Him daily and have a relationship with Him. So, I was cutting skirting board in the loft at this project, and it comes in huge 4-meter lengths, and you just cut it down as you go. And I had cut a few little bits off of a 4-meter length. I had a nice big long bit left, and I had a nice long wall that needed a skirting board on it. And I thought, well, this long bit is probably going to be okay, but it might be a bit too short, it might be a bit too long, but I'll check. And I grabbed the skirting board, I took it upstairs to the loft, and I put it in place, and it just fit perfectly. Down to the millimetre. Down to the millimetre! No, like, if it was a millimetre bigger, it would have been too big, and if it was a millimetre smaller, it would have been too small. How did that happen? Because I was just cutting random bits, so it was totally...
Jesus!
Yes, it was. It really was, because that has to be a sign of a creator, of intelligent creation, because down to the millimetre, I mean, come on, it just blows my mind, and I couldn't believe it, and I was stood there looking at it, and I just couldn't believe it, and I felt like God was there with me, just kind of saying, yes, this is the kind of thing that I can do. I can arrange for this to happen. Anyway, so those are some really great testimonies that we've kind of realised have been happening in my work.
Yeah, and we've been hearing so many testimonies from so many different people through Shine on tour and through the Thursday nights and through different daily encouragement videos as well. And it's just been really great. And to pick out a few different things that people have been talking about, you know, Rach has shared before about how we were made for such a time as this, you know, with the story of Esther and that we were made for this. This is like this hardship that we're in at the moment. We are made for this. In Jeremiah, it says that God has a plan for our future to prosper us. And that is, you know, he wants the best for us. And this is part of it. Vix actually yesterday shared a song about how the joy of the Lord is our strength. It was a Godfrey Berta one, I think. But the joy of the Lord, like he wants to, you know, he brings us joy and he is joy. And that just makes it, you know, it makes it fun. It makes it exciting. And God is here for us. And we just kind of wanted to bring that today. You know, we want to be joyful, we want to be excited about the things that God is doing, and we are not on pause, but we are sharing in our future together and as a church and as a community. So we just want you to be blessed today, and yeah, let's find the joy and excitement in the daily things and share it together as we are already doing. Have a great day.